Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into NFL Offseason Rumors, episode number 11. We do have some breaking news on Aaron Rodgers that we're going to get to here right now. Aaron Rodgers is reportedly re-signing with the Green Bay Packers on a 4-year deal. This was a very unique situation, and, obviously this is something that I got wrong, and, I'm not trying to make excuses for myself or anything like that, but I do these videos. Sometimes I'm heavily intoxicated. Sometimes I've had issues. You've got, Ukraine and Russia. That's been hard. I'm not making excuses. But, there's been certain factors that have gone on. I don't remember what I say in some of these videos, things like that. It's been real tough for me recently, guys. I'm going to be honest. I am. And again, they're not excuses. This is a situation where, I don't remember what I say in these damn videos. Sometimes I say Aaron Rodgers, I think I said it was like a 50-50 chance he would come back with Green Bay, something like that. It was something along those lines. You make these videos, you don't really remember. But yeah, this is a situation with Aaron Rodgers going back to Green Bay. It's a shocker. The entire football world is shocked at this point. You've got a franchise that has some major issues. And, I was just thinking this morning, even going back to that game against the 49ers where everyone was blaming Aaron Rodgers. You scored 10 points. You take a look at that game and just the Packers special teams. The Packers had one of the, worst special teams in the history of the NFL, and the reason they lost that game wasn't because Aaron Rodgers scored 10 points. I guess you can say that. Let's put context into that. You're facing a very good San Francisco defense. You're in 15-degree weather with 5-degree wind chill. The reason they lost that game was because of their special teams. This is a situation, it's shocking. It really is. I saw it a few minutes ago, and, maybe it's not confirmed. We don't really know if it's confirmed right now, guys, honestly, this Aaron Rodgers thing. It wouldn't surprise me at all here, It's just, guys, I gotta be honest, I got it wrong, and I have personal problems. I make these videos, I'm drunk, I'm intoxicated, it's not an excuse. I don't remember. Again, I think I said like 50-50 chance, whatever. But Aaron Rodgers, 4 years, $200 million. This is a Packers team. They're going to have to draft a receiver at 28th overall. They need to draft a receiver. You re-sign Davante Adams, franchise tag him, whatever. You look at a guy like Jameson Williams, I would say, or maybe David Bell in the second round I really like. But yeah, so I saw that, and I knew immediately it was going to be really bad for me when that happened. When I literally saw the update right away on the ESPN bottom line. I was actually watching the Russian-Ukraine thing on CNN, Fox News. I flipped to all of them, and then I went to ESPN, and I saw the first update. It went right across at like 11:50 on the bottom page. So Aaron Rodgers, if you're the Packers, you need to get him a receiver. You really do. You need to get him a receiver, whether it's the draft. They have no money for free agents or anything like that, but maybe Jameson Williams, maybe David Bell. I love this receiver class. Even an Alec Pierce to go along with Davante Adams, I think. Alan Lazard being your number 2 receiver is ridiculous. And, there's also another report right now that the Packers will look to trade Jordan Love. So the Green Bay Packers' first-round investment of Jordan Love will bring them probably a third-round pick back. That's how great their front office is. But I really can't even say anything at this point. I can't even say anything. There were issues. There were mitigating circumstances. You've got this Russia-Ukraine thing. That impacted my thinking. I'm not using an excuse. It's not an excuse. It impacted it a little bit. But yeah, the Aaron Rodgers saga is finally over. And, we knew he was going to make his decision before the franchise tag deadline, which is today at 4 o'clock. And he has made his decision. I want to talk about some other guys getting franchise tagged. We talked about David Njoku getting the tag yesterday. Mike Gesicki, the big tight end, gets the franchise tag. That happened this morning at around 9 a.m. The Miami Dolphins. Very interesting. Mike Gesicki, kind of a bigger target tight end. You really don't know what to make. Very similar to David Njoku. Very athletic. We'll have to see what ends up happening there. The Bills exercised their 5th-year option on Ed Oliver. Who remembers Ed Oliver when he was at Houston? He was going to be a top 3 pick. He really hasn't done a ton. Apparently he's been a dependable defensive line. I haven't heard much of Ed Oliver recently, honestly. We've got a report that Dalton Schultz is getting franchise tagged by the Dallas Cowboys. If I was the Cowboys, I would just tell that dude to get lost. I think Dalton Schultz is the worst blocking tight end. He might just be the worst blocker in general in the NFL. Seriously. If there's one thing I don't like about tight ends, if you can't block, get off my team. Like, Dalton Schultz cannot block. I think, like, CJ Spiller would be a better blocker than Dalton Schultz. That's how bad he is. Or Gio Bernard. Yeah, Gio Bernard is probably a better blocker than Dalton Schultz. That dude is a horrible blocker. He just cares about catching passes. But you know what? You got to franchise tag him. There's uncertainty surrounding Blake Jarwin and his injury status, so they decide to franchise tag him. There's been some big rumors about Christian McCaffrey potentially getting traded. You've got an update saying a first-round pick and another player without a big salary cap number is what the Carolina Panthers would want. Christian McCaffrey, this is a very interesting situation. Would a team be willing to give up a first-round pick for McCaffrey, who's been injured recently? He's a running back. I believe he's currently on a big contract. He's got a large cap hit. I personally don't. Unless a team really wants to make a splash. It depends on the first-round pick. Are we talking about like the 25th overall pick or like the 9th overall pick? There's big difference. When you're just saying a first-round pick, you leave it really open-ended. The value of first-round picks is very different depending on where they're at. But again, the two big things to realize with Christian McCaffrey, he's a running back, and he has a massive salary cap number for a running back. We know about Zeke Elliott kind of hamstringing the Dallas Cowboys. McCaffrey is a great player, but it's just he's been injured, maybe some injury proneness, and the big salary cap number, and also giving up a first-round pick. There's a lot of stuff to take into account. Carolina maybe looking to retool their team, maybe not spend such a, have that massive cap hit going for your running back. Personally, my opinion, I'm not a fan of paying running backs at this point. We've heard it over and over again. It just backfires on you. It completely backfires on you. McCaffrey has missed 23 games the past 2 years and has $26 million in dead cap if Carolina parts ways with him, which they're not going to do. Even if they have to trade him and eat some of his salary, they're not just going to cut him. They're not just going to cut him at this point. So the McCaffrey thing is interesting to keep an eye on. Will a team look to make a splash? Will the Panthers get desperate enough to eat some of his money? That'll be interesting. And then the other big story, which happened yesterday, Calvin Ridley's been suspended a full season for betting on games. There are some people that say that's too harsh, things like that. He did it away from, when he was away from the team. People comparing it to the suspension that Ray Rice got. Although I will say, when you reference the Ray Rice's suspension was basically the rest of his career because he didn't play after that incident. Now, the only reason he didn't play after the incident was because of the video. I will say that. But when you reference the Ray Rice situation and say he only got 2 games, he basically, that whole thing, he basically got suspended the rest of his career because of the video. If there was no video, you're right. He would have only been suspended 2 games. But I just don't understand. I see some of these tweets and people saying Calvin Ridley should be able to bet on himself. He should be able to bet on the Falcons. You guys realize the massive issue when you allow a player who's playing to bet on his own, even if it's his own team. That is a massive, massive problem. And the NFL is going to try and nip this in the butt, and that's why they're coming down super strict on Calvin Ridley. They're not giving him a 4-game suspension, 8 games, whatever. They're giving him the full season because betting on, the NFL, if you're an NFL player, even if you're betting on yourself, is a major problem. So they're going to come down extremely hard on this. And Calvin Ridley gets a season. He's suspended, and I believe when he comes back, he'll be 29 years old. And if you're at the Atlanta Falcons, this is just such a tough break because Calvin Ridley is basically worthless at this point. I mean, when he comes back, I'm not sure how many more years he's under contract. Do you trade him for a 3rd-round pick? What do you do? The Calvin Ridley situation is tough, but they're saying he's suspended at least the 2022 season. I don't think they're going to suspend him longer than 16 games. He'll be out the 2022 season, then he'll be able to come back for 2023, I believe, still under contract with the Atlanta Falcons. I think he has 1 or 2 years left after that. But if you're Atlanta, do you trade him? Do you keep him? He was out for 8 games, and during those 8 games with the personal health, he bets on the Falcons to win. He was kind of doing degenerate parlay betting, betting 18 parlay money lines. That's what I used to do. I completely get it. Yeah, degenerate parlay betting where you bet 8 money lines on favorites. You guys know what I'm talking about, or 5 money lines. He bet the Falcons to beat the Jaguars, part of his parlay. I would like to see his parlays go public, honestly. And then he tweeted out some things like, oh, I only bet, $1,500. I don't have a gambling problem. Okay. The dude tweets out some interesting stuff, but that's just an update on Calvin Ridley. We've also got a new report that the Denver Broncos will turn their attention to Russell Wilson. With the recent news of Aaron Rodgers re-signing with the Packers, the Denver Broncos still in the QB market, and they will look to possibly trade for Russell Wilson. That's the latest update on that. But just going back to this whole Aaron Rodgers situation, I would expect Davante Adams to receive a franchise tag, and then for the Packers to probably work out a long-term deal with Davante Adams due to the fact that Aaron Rodgers signed a 4-year contract extension. So if you're Davante Adams, you have the security that Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be your quarterback for the next 4 years. Does Aaron Rodgers decide to retire before that? We don't know. Aaron Rodgers is very unpredictable, but if you're going to sign a 4-year extension with the Packers for $200 million, you would at least think he's going to play at least 3 more years. And the thought process in my head is Aaron Rodgers probably has about 3, maybe 4 prime years left, depending. I will say, I'm not accusing Tom Brady of cheating, but guys, let's be honest. Tom Brady was doing some weird stuff. I mean, the dude was throwing like 300 miles per hour at age 44. Most quarterbacks, except for Tom Brady, normally fall off a cliff right at age 39, age 40. We saw it happen to Peyton Manning recently. We saw it happen to Drew Brees. Peyton Manning, I think his age 40 or age 41 season, 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Drew Brees, I believe at his age 39 season, could barely complete a 7-yard pass. So these guys do fall off quickly, and then you do have Tom Brady. I'm not accusing Tom Brady of cheating, but folks, I mean, you look at every other quarterback who falls off a cliff. This guy, his arm gets better at age 43 and 44. I mean, come on. So I don't really know what to make, how many more prime years Aaron Rodgers has left, maybe 2 or 3. But again, if you're going with Tom Brady, who's still in his prime basically at 44, who knows? Guys, that's going to do it for this video. Once again, Aaron Rodgers, it's a situation that is still evolving. And, again, with this thing, we've got wars going on. It's been tough for me personally. It's no excuse. It's a complete miss. There's nothing. I apologize for it. I've had a rough few days, and I saw that today, and it's been so tough. I've been having nightmares every night about China. I've been freaking out. I don't know what's happening. But guys, I just wanted to apologize for that issue. If you guys, see my videos, I don't know. I thought I said it was like a 50-50 chance. Maybe it was something else. I make a lot of videos, a lot of words come out, things like that. There's a lot of different situations like that with Aaron Rodgers, but you just look at the whole situation, you would think Aaron Rodgers with the Packers cap situation, he would wise up and realize that this is not a situation to continue in. I mean, you take a look at the last game where they blamed it all on Aaron Rodgers when the Packers had one of the worst special teams in the history of the NFL. And they lost the game because of their special teams, and they still blame it on Aaron Rodgers. But it's Aaron Rodgers' decision. It is what it is. I logically think about this stuff, and it was such a slam dunk. It's so shocking that this move is happening right now. It really is. It was a total slam dunk. He was leaving. It was confirmed. And then we get a weird report today that apparently he's actually re-signing. Who knows, guys? There's situations that happen in the world all the time. It's unfortunate, and there's no excuse for me getting this wrong. There really isn't. It's disgusting. I need to, own up to it, and I am. And it's going to be a long, long night for me. It's going to be a long next few days for me. It's going to be rough. So guys, please pray for me. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.